Lincoln, you're turning 3 years old. 3! Sometimes I just think, wow, you're growing up so fast. You're 2 and you act like a teenager. Sometimes you're just so funny. I wanted to record some of my thoughts to share with you to just remember these times. So you are just a funny little boy. Everything with you right now is smash it, daddy, smash it, or punching and tumbling and cars and trucks and beating up bad guys. Your favorite TV shows are stuff like Paw Patrol and Fireman Sam. You love the color blue. It could be anything. Like I had a Gatorade. I just had my nose surgery last week on Wednesday, and today is Sunday. And I had some Gatorade, and you're like, "Oh, Daddy, that looks like some really good drink. You've never had it before." And I was like, "Oh yeah, You're like, "Cause it's blue." It's like, "Oh, is that the only reason you like this so much?" And sure enough, yep. Um, you are naturally intelligent, and you can thank Lily for that, and your mom. But Lily often spends the nighttime teaching you words and talking with you and telling you stories. Oftentimes she'll be like, "Okay, Lincoln." She'll like grab your face and pull you really close and be like, "Okay, Lincoln, can you say car?" And you're car. You'll say it in your little baby voice, and oh, it's cute. And I hear her all through the night trying, just talking with you. Lily didn't have that. She was the first child, so she would have a little iPad and she would listen to stuff, and we would talk with her more. Maybe she'd get a little more one-on-one attention, but you get a lot of attention in the daytime with Mama, and then at night and at rest time in the playroom. Lily and you are just playing and talking and hiding under the bed and going on adventures. And it's wonderful to see how much Lily loves you and focuses on you. Um, so you and Lily were afraid of being alone. It was a huge thing. Every night, Lily would cry most nights and beg for us not to leave her. And then you came along, and you were kind of the same way. And basically, ever since you turned 2, you've both been thick as thieves, and you spend your nighttime routine listening to Scout Stories, which are various audiobooks that are they're like nursery rhymes and songs and stories and fables and myths, and you both don't really like one called The Minotaur, which I don't really understand why, but I guess it's a little scary. 6:45 is bedtime, but you don't actually fall asleep until 9. You typically leave the bedroom, little boy, 5 to 10 times each night. Very defined. Um, Let me see here. Yep. You love your mom so much. You follow her around the house as her little shadow. So if mom will go to another room, you'll just kind of get up off the couch, you'll slither off of whoever's holding you, and go like this, and you'll follow her, you'll walk right behind her, and "Mama, mama, mama," and you'll just follow mom. Mom is like your favorite, I'm pretty sure. Um, you hate getting spankings or any type of discipline. I mean, most kids do, but you are more naturally defiant and daring, more daring than I would say Lily is. Lily was like, "Yeah, I don't want to spank, and I'm gonna obey and just kind of follow the rules." Where you're like, "Follow the rules? Why would I follow the rules? Look at all this fun I can have not following the rules." And you, what? You don't even, you like look up at me and I'm 6 feet tall. Like I'm a giant compared to you, and you go, "I don't need to listen to you," and you just kind of like and go off and do your own thing. Lily will trick you into leaving your room at nighttime to come ask us for more snacks. You do it each time. She'll be like, "Don't worry." She'll be like, "Don't worry. Just go in there. Ask them for more snacks. It'll be fine." And we've told you specifically at this time, now 10 times prior, do not leave the room. Do not ask for more food. We have fed you. You have water. You are okay. And Lily will like plant a little seed like, "Hey, it'd be great. Yeah, if you left the room and went in and told mom and dad, hey, you guys, um, So you do each time pretty much she asks you to, when Lily asks you to, and remind you that you're not allowed to leave your room or you get a spanking. And you lift up both your hands, you ask, no spanking, no, give me food. And you like walk away like a boss. You listen. We of course go to Lily and tell her, okay, don't have Lincoln do your dirty work for you, little girl. Yeah. When you do get a discipline or spanking, you always ask for the opposite parent, right? So if daddy gives you a little baby spanking, we talk about it, give you a big hug. The whole time I'm holding you and giving you love. You go, Mama! And you're like pushing and wiggling, and you don't want anything to do with that person. And the same is true for mama. If she just gives you a little discipline and says, okay, now don't do that, honey. We don't touch it. You'll start crying. You go, Daddy, I just want daddy so bad. And it's pretty cute. Someone tells you that you're doing something you don't want, or you're doing something like trying to touch a hot fire like you did today, you will go up to the opposite spouse or opposite parent, and you'll say to us, Mommy's not being very nice to me. Mom is being mean to me. And you work yourself up into crying, and Mom was just telling you, don't burn yourself. Lincoln, I love you so much. You are so precious. We call you our little buddy, and you are a little buddy. You're just so cute. You snuggle and cuddle so well. Your mom is not a cuddler. She can't cuddle. Lily cuddles sometimes, but you are the cuddle champion. You just are so precious. This morning at 6 a.m., you woke up, and sometimes you get up in the night, and you just kind of, you do your own thing, right? You get up and you kind of need a little encouragement, or you're sad, or Lily's not enough to kind of to hold your heart, I guess. So you get up and you came into my room. It was the highlight of my entire day. You came in, you went right over to the bed, and you just kind of laid down, and you just fell asleep right in my arms, and it was just it was pretty awesome. It was, yeah. And then I woke you up by this morning. I said, I think I got a video of it. Hey, Lincoln, hey, you want to watch Paw Patrol? And you, Paw Patrol? And you like wipe your little eyes, and you wake up, and you just, it was great. And so we watched Paw Patrol this morning for about an hour or so. Yeah, you are strong and bold, and you're just tough. You're just a tough little boy. Lily put on some tiger ears the other day we have a dress-up kit, so she put on these tiger ears, and she went up to you and she goes, Rawr! and you didn't like that, I guess, or it scared you, and so you go, punch, and Jenny and I are right there, and you don't normally punch Lily, by the way, but you're throwing fists at your sister. Luckily, you're only 2, and you don't know, and we stopped you right away, and I think one of your punches actually hit more of the ears. But yeah, you're just a tough little guy. Lily never did that. She would hug or like gently like frolic away, and you're just punch, smash it, crush it with a hammer. You're just so tough and aggressive, and you're just funny like that. It was hilarious though to see Lily go roar. Normally you roar back. In fact, you normally are the instigator of the roar. But for some reason, it just triggered you. Go punch. I don't know where you get that from. It's cute. You love jumping in puddles. Yesterday, you found a spot in our backyard and jumped into the puddle with a running start. You're running, and you jumped in, and then you slipped the feet. You didn't realize there was ice at the bottom of this puddle because it's still only, 30 degrees. And you landed on the ice, and you slipped, and you fell in 3 inches of water, and you got up. You didn't even cry. You just looked down at your wet clothes like, ugh. What is this? And then you just started stomping around, and Mom did go out there about 2 minutes later to help you out, and as soon as you saw Mom, then you just started bawling, and you're like, I don't like this anymore. Okay. We asked you the other day who your favorite person in the whole world was, and you can only choose one. Who's your favorite person, Lincoln? And you said Nikki Kevin. You said it as one person. But if you were going to ask me in my head if I could categorize and kind of think about who does Lincoln talk about the most, or what memories in his brain are like the most special, where I just feel like he loves them the most, or kind of gravitates towards that person more than love. And it's without a doubt your mom. There's not even a close second. Your mom, more than me, more than anyone. You love your mom by far the most. Your mom is in your heart. Just nothing is as good as mom, and you make that very clear, and it's wonderful. We have that in common. I think your mom's the best too, so I completely agree. Good job. I am probably farther down, but probably second on your list, but I'm probably pretty closely tied with Lily. You follow Lily around. You love each other so much. Sometimes you'll just go up, I love you, Lily, and you just give her a big hug, and then you tumble her over, and then it's more laughter and joy. And then I would say probably right after that is your grandparents. You especially love Grandpa, my dad, David, because he bought you a garbage truck for Christmas, and you think it's like the coolest thing in the entire world. All of your grandparents, I'm pretty sure, have bought you cars. But I think another reason you like Grandpa a lot, or why you gravitate towards him, is because he drives his garbage truck around here sometimes. And one time he brought it over kind of by our house when we were doing a walk, and he like compacted the garbage in the back of the truck, and you just thought it was like the coolest thing ever. And you loved that. Your favorite animal? I actually don't know. You mostly talk about trucks and cars and Paw Patrol and Chase. You want to be Chase from Paw Patrol, and you always say, I'm Chase, Daddy. You enjoy our hamster happy dance, I would say, but mostly from a distance because he bit you once. And you tell everyone whenever you go close to the cage and we're about to pick up happy dance, you like, he bit me once, Daddy. He bit me once. And you're pretty apprehensive about petting him. You'll like pet him like, ooh, I pet him. And he bit me once, Daddy. And you're like that. You don't really care for him all that much, but he's all right. I think you love him from afar when he's in his cage, and that's good. That's good. I think you enjoy dogs a lot. You love our neighbors' dogs a ton. Wherever they're at, you'll try and go and pet them, even though the ones on one side, they bark at you like crazy. They're, ferocious barkers, and you just think they're so cool. And you really like Fig a lot, and that's the dog on the other side. You struggle putting up your 3 fingers. Normally when you do, you go like this, or you go like this. I'm 3. I'm turning 3, and you'll have to so you rarely will actually get 3. You normally do 4, and you have to put it down, or you'll do 2, and then but you've been mostly doing the 4 recently, saying I'm 3, and that's pretty cute. You can read some letters. You just read your first word like last week, and I think it was am. You want to double check with your mom on that. I was not there for it, unfortunately. Your favorite cake that you asked for your birthday is Daddy's cake, is what you call it, which is angel food cake with strawberries on top. You ask about going to see Nana and Papa in California often. You say, Nana Papa, Nana Papa's room, and you go to Nana and Papa's room. When they first left, you would often go to Nana and Papa's room, which is our guest room, and they're not there. And you kind of look around, kind of like, oh, are they in the closet? And you didn't realize that they left. So they stayed with us last summer for a couple months, and you love them a lot. You love going on car rides. Sometimes you will cry randomly. You'll just be like, and I'll be like, hey, what's wrong? What's going on? And you'll be like, yeah, Dad, car ride, Daddy. I want to go on a car ride. And that's pretty cute. If we're in the great room, you love to ride this horse that Nana bought you called Fluffy. It has wheels on it, and you think it is hilarious to ride it around and crash into people's toes. And it hurts. You go really fast with that thing, and you just slide across, and you go, and you just do this deep belly chuckle of a laugh when you do crash into someone's feet. It's not that funny, because it hurts bad, but to see the joy on your face, we tell you not to do it to Lily, but we've learned that we put our foot up and you crash into the foot, but it doesn't hurt because we slowly stop it and it doesn't run over the toes. So we've learned how to deal with that. You are the best little dancer. You love singing and boogieing. Sometimes you'll go like, ooh. You dance kind of like that, and it's just hilarious to see when you when The Chosen comes on and plays the intro. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You'll like harmonize with it, and you'll kind of put up your kind of do like a little dance like this, and you love dancing around and to the Donut Man, Goliath, thump, thump, and you just like put your feet really high and crunch around, and you think that is just so cool. Yeah, you love dancing with me, and you love being picked up by your hands and spun in a circle while you're kind of levitated in the air. You just think it's so funny. We actually don't do it that much with you because we don't, want to get you too dizzy. You hate cold with the passion. I would say if I would say you hate one thing the most, it'd probably be like any sort of correction and then cold. Yeah, I would say those are the two things you hate the most. You did hate bath or showers until we took one just the other day. We had like a Hawaiian night or something. We all got in our swimsuits and we were pretending we were dancing in the rain or stuff. And so that was your first shower where you actually thought it was fun because it was a game, like you were. And so that was cool. Anytime it's so cold outside though, it's colder than 30 degrees. The whole time you're out there, you're like, Daddy. It's pretty cold out here. You know that, right? You don't say that. You're like, Daddy, it's cold. Yeah, it's pretty cold out here, Daddy. Hot cocoa. Hot cocoa, Daddy. And you don't really tell your mom that for some reason. You tell me because for some reason you think I am like the one. So you're like, hot cocoa, Daddy. And it doesn't matter like how much clothing we have on you. We've tried to like triple layer you and you're like, oh, so... yeah, and it could be like anywhere between 10 to 35. You just don't like it when it's cold outside. So if we give you just free time to just kind of lead us around the house, you would probably play with my tools, I would say, or try and like help out around the house. You would probably try and open up something in the kitchen. You'd love going in the kitchen to play around. You dig for something new, undiscovered treasure. Like it's... or you'll ask someone to accompany you to play in the playroom, so Nana and Papa's room, or downstairs in the jungle gym. Lincoln, you are incredibly funny. So much of what you say is just followed by bellyful laugh. You just chuckle and giggle and just are so silly. When we ask you to repeat a word, you normally will say something crude like, we'll say, Lincoln, can you say apple? And you go, apple poop. And you okay, no, don't say poop now. Okay, try something else. And say, say toilet paper pee. And you'll say stuff like that. You'll just, and then you look over at Lily, and of course, Lily is just giggling just as much as you are. So you think in your head that this is good. I got to keep doing this because it makes people laugh. And your mom and I, we have so much resistance and restraint. But when you start just laughing so hard and the joy in your face by just saying a word incorrectly or adding poop at the end of it, it's just so funny. You headbutt people often. You do. We have a video of you headbutting me in my tooth. You just brought it up and just lean forward to that. And I think it's because you don't like people kissing your face. So what you naturally do is you kind of just put your head down so they kiss your forehead because you don't want the cheeks and the lips. So you'll go, hoo. So I'll come in and kiss you and you'll put your head down and I'll have to like nuzzle in to get the kiss from you. You laugh. You kind of do stuff like that, and it's pretty amazing, honestly. But I have to warn people when I legit warn people that you have a headbutting tendency, just to prepare them. Like, hey, if he's going back like this and he's about to lean forward really quick, like kind of move your head aside because he legit will smash into you. You love fishing. You often remind me that you never caught a fish. And then I have to pull out a phone and swipe through my photos and say, actually, you did catch a fish. You've caught multiple fish. but you love fishing. You always say, Daddy, I just gotta go fishing, Daddy. And it's like, in the middle of winter, we don't have a nice fish house, so we're definitely gonna go this summer, buddy. Okay, promise. So I'll say this, Lincoln. You are so deeply loved with all of my heart. It is the joy of my life to be your dad. Um, I wish each day would never end because bedtime means being without you for another moment, and I won't see you until morning. And you're my little buddy. I love you so much. Happy third birthday, your dad.